Hello, this is Palico Badge and welcome back to another episode of Curious Expedition 2 Director Mode. We have made it to the second year. Hooray! Never thought we'd do it with the setup we had in the first year. It was a little bit difficult. It seemed like no one or no body or no thing was on our side. It was all going a little bit Pete-tong, but we persevered. We soldiered through it. And then the last year we've just done, I wouldn't say our luck has changed, but we've definitely found a rhythm to the trek. And well, right at the end of the last expedition, we did lose a character, so it seemed like a good idea to take our next modification, which is the inspector. So we have a club inspector with us, who, generally speaking, is a little bit useless. I mean, we've had him before. We all know him. We all love him, Mr. Chauncey Ed. He detests violence, although as it stands right now, it doesn't seem to upset him to the point of being negative towards the actual playing of the game, other than he only gets the one blue die, which sometimes comes in useful. And well, he's just a guy which won't die, that's for sure. But hey ho, so at the end of the last episode we left ourselves in Gay Paris with lots of tickets to spend, and well, let's spend them, shall we? I mean, as it stands right now, because we have given up a decent Trek member, or should I say a usable Trek member for the inspector, it does mean we have a couple of items left in our inventory, which we've got to decide on what we're going to do with. I mean, we can carry them and try and trade them in. We can see if there's anything better. I mean, spiked cub, or club, that should be. It's a bleedy thing, which isn't too bad. I don't mind bleedy things. I do feel like we're going to have to try and get Waldo something, that's for sure. I mean, the gun's alright. The whip, it's okay. It's okay. So green, green, blue, red. On top of red and green. Green, blue dye there. Green there. Green, blue there. So we don't really have that much red, in all fairness. Not a lot of red at all. So what would I just don't know whether it's worth getting rid of the improved rope. For the bit of sanity it does save you. I mean, tar bog I don't tend to walk through a lot anyway. Swamps, again, I'll just try and minimise as much as possible. Let's see what's on offer. Let's go to the shady dealer. Hello, friend. What do you have? Right, so minus 28% days per tar moved. We got 22. That's not too bad. 10. We are going to have to get rid of a few things. I mean, over that, we have the pistol, which is the same as ours. The rope, which is the same as ours. The crucifix, which is a little bit better, but definitely not worth what they're asking for it. Again, nothing for dear old doggy. Cutlass. Combat status, 25% increased damage when using cutlass when equipped by pirate or a sailor. We have neither of those. So really, there's not anything here worth buying. I mean, the only thing I would possibly buy is the refurbished waders, simply because we can go through sulfur as well as water. We do travel through a little bit of water at times. I'd probably swap that out for... What do I swap it out for? The crucifix? I mean, that's not the best, is it? So if we were to take on the waders and we were to sell, okay, got to make a decision. Are we going to keep that or are we going to get rid of it? I mean, the bleeds aren't bad. Seven damage. 14-19. Oh. 12-17. You know what? Okay, so right. We're going to keep the spikes. We're going to get rid of the meat cleaver. And give dealer the spike club instead. So with that being said, we want to get rid of you and you and you. That's going to leave us with 20. I think that's the way I want to go here. I'd rather upgrade this than 99, 96. Yeah, I think I definitely want to upgrade it over just swapping it outright. It's worth too many tickets at this point. Deal. So, lots of pluses and minuses there. We won't worry about it. Delia, you get the Spike Club. And Yoki Dizu, you get the galoshes. Alright, so that's that all good. 20 tickets left. What can we upgrade? Well, everything apparently. So that gets us an extra side on the die, so that's a must-have. Cool. We can do it again. Gonna leave us with one? Why not? Can't do anything else. Might as well use all the tickets. And that be that. I think it's time to crack on. Yes, let's do it. So, first expedition in should be pretty easy. We have the Jungle Island, the Archipelago, or the Prehistoric Island. 108. Yeah, not really worth messing about with. You know what? Let's go fight some dinosaurs. I mean, there's no difference. That'll do. Avalon? Indeedy. I decided to indulge in a few drinks the night before the expedition was to depart. That evening I was surprised to be approached by Percy Fawcett. I had heard tales of his exploits in the British Army, and he seemed to have a bright future as an explorer. He revealed that he managed to finagle, interesting word, an assignment to survey the Curious Islands. He would not tolerate any mistreatment of the locals, but if I could agree to that, we could pool our resources and visit the islands together. You know what? Come along, Perky. I'd gladly agree to work together with Fawcett. Though we would have to be careful with the locals, I'd certainly benefit from his experience on our journey. And loot capacity, and dye, and equipment. It's all just a plus, plus, plus. I mean, if it means we don't have to, you know, fight the locals for one expedition and the first expedition, that's fine by me. That is fine by me. So 144 to spend. We don't want the vulnerability. Plus one travel start cost. View distance. Not that fussed about right now. One custom flare. Right, so. Take the torch. Take the medikits. 92. Take the whiskies. 17. Take the custom flare. Take some chocolate. Take a shovel. All money spent. Boom. My provisions chosen. I considered there was yet more to be done. And wow, there's no water needed, so no. Let's go. The Royal Avalon Society had heard a tale of a great golden pyramid that had long ago sunk into the earth. Oh no. Legend told that the pyramid would be raised once more by finding and activating the golden seals that were constructed nearby. How many? How many? 2. That's fine. We got this. We got this. Now, another thing which popped up in the latest patch notes, which is the patch released to make everything a little bit harder. I generally record or try and record a couple of weeks in advance to when you see it. So the game's just gone live on the Switch, by the way. If you're interested, give it a whirl. What you got to lose other than several hours and your sanity. But one of the notes in the patches was the Tinkerbox has been fixed in director mode. Apparently it should give you something every time, and it hasn't been. So let's see if that works or not. But first things first, let's go check out what this question mark is. You know what? Glad I bought those galoshes. It's a geo machine. Right, before we go any further. Oh! Firecrackers. A string of small explosives scares away anyone nearby. Nice. And Juby, what can you find in giant mushrooms? Some mushrooms would be nice. A carnivorous plant. Okie dokie. A poison. Okay, fine. We'll possibly use that. What are we going to do here? I mean, we've got this geo machine. I presume we're at the top of the island. Yeah. We've got tar bogs down here. Okay, so let's use it. I found a machine that seemed embedded in the ground as if it was reaching into the earth. Its controls were unfamiliar, but looked manageable. We want a plateau going... Oh, it's not a lined one. Can I just cancel and not use it at all? Right, okay, so I'm going to go for ridgeline. I thought it was on a line, but apparently not. So ridgeline, that's what I was after. Right, we're going to go all the way that way. Through the tar, through the sulfur, and on to the next question mark. Oh! Well, that's handy. I approached a strange ancient mechanism that rose out of the ground like a great clawed hand. Old lady. A control panel on the side seemed destined to, or designed to set the thing in motion. That's a Friends reference, if you are unfamiliar. After only a few minutes, we were able to decrypt the ancient mechanism. As the last button was pressed, a great column of light shot up from the seal. Cool. And we can see a little bit further. Nice. Yeah. Springs. Nice. Right, what we're going to do first is have a whiskey and a chocolat and then approach the springs, and hopefully we won't get a negative effect off that. I like to think because we found one of the seals at the top of the island, the next seal and the last seal will be further on down, so we won't have to worry about the bit at the top that we've just negated to go and have a look at. So, oh, I should be reading this. Yeah, Dizzy nervously shifted from one foot to the other, then fixed Chauncey Ed with his gaze, suddenly confessed his love for him. Ed looked as if struck by lightning, but slowly a tender smile appeared on his face. I decided to give these two some space. Ah, who said love can't blossom between a mole man and an inspector of some sorts? Oh, there is a question mark up there. I feel inclined to go there. We shall rest once more. Percy Fawcett came rushing over to the campfire and proudly presented an egg he'd found in a seemingly abandoned raptor nest. He insisted we should keep it, but if the nest were not abandoned, we risked coming face to face with a very angry mother with very sharp teeth. You know what? Give it back. Not worth the hassle. I would not take more risks than I had to, so I ordered Fawcett to bring the egg back. He was upset, but accepted my decision. You should know better, Mr. Fawcett, sir. You're but a guest on this trek. Oh, wasted too much time. That's okay. We won't worry about it. Right, so we're all healed. Everyone's happy. Oh, I'm apparently trying to take on an animal now. No. I misclicked. That's fine. We're going to go up top. What's in the bog? Oh. Tis a tar pit. Elephant graveyard tar pit. This foreboding place was situated in the midst of a swamp strewn with the remains of a long-dead elephant. Oh, no. Oh, yes! As I took the tusk, I remembered the lesson I'd learned long ago. Yeah. The elephants are now angry. Oh, food. Back down. Righty, so let's have another quick rest. Resty, resty, rest. Oh, it's like a mirror match. A lone figure approached camp. I was shocked to see that it was Anya Lovell. We're not parted on good terms. Humbly, she asked to join my check once more. What had happened to her out there to make her return? Go away! There was no way that Lovell could have survived alone. Whatever this thing was, it was not her. I drew my weapon and chased her away from my camp. We have upgraded you. You have been superseded. Oh, still not quite there. Still not quite there. As we were laying out on our bedrolls, I noticed that the green bushes framing our camp looked somehow familiar. Taking a closer look, I recognised the leaves. This was a coca plant! Knowing their uplifting effects, cocaine! I gathered all I could before we went to sleep that night. Of course you did! You little druggy, you. Oh, we're there. Right, so. Time to go. We will probably... Oh! Tinker. Bowlers. And dig. Food. Moss. Yummy. Yummy. Yeah. Right, so on to here. What are we doing? Why are we going to do that little loop? That made no sense. That's why I had to stop it there. Oh. Question mark over here. Approach Stein. Oh, okay. I arrived at a long forgotten shrine and also smell was lying in the air. It was probably coming from the fumaroles in the distance. Another thing from the new update. So, traps. Any traps? Is that a waste? No, it's not. Definitely not. Boom. In a shadowy alcove, I noticed a brief glint of light shining from the gloom. Treasure! Oh, that was very good. Let's go in the altar chamber. We arrived at what seemed to be the treasure chamber. Sigils of warning indicated that a poison cloud could or would descend on any mad enough to steal the treasure. That'd be me then. Oh, golden seahorse. Lovely. I'm overburdened. Right. So, eat. She's a hothead now. Right, so, here's the thing. We need to go back to the ship. So, we'll go that way. We avoided the poison? No, we have not. The plants are trying to eat us! Right, so, turn to ship. And we need to drop off the golds. Excuse me a second. Yeah, we'll just get rid of the gold first. All those can go. You can go. Close that. And then if I do that and that. Warlike people. Awesome. That's what we like to hear when we're annoying them. We can now drop that off. Is that everything? Yes. We shall rest. Our progress today had been steady and we were in good spirits. Letting the mood take him, Chauncey Ed started singing loudly. Unable to resist, I joined in myself a few moments later. By the time we finished, we were out of breath but light of heart. When we finally got to bed that night, it was a sense of warm camaraderie and a readiness for adventure. Ho ho ho. Alright. Let's crack on, shall we? I mean, the fumaroles have settled down. We might get to talk to the locals. Yeah, it's going to say hello. These were not like any of our islanders we had met. The skin was sickly pale, with veins that looked almost purple in the light, and each and every one of them wore a mask. The masks all had friendly smiles on them, but the fact that they never deviated from the expression gave us all a feeling of unease. They told us that they had first come here after a long journey through portals, but now this was their home. So we're on with two reputation, which is good. Where's your village, mate? Where's your village? A group of warriors marched away, standing tall and proud as they went. There it is. We're going to conduct a trade. Okay, well, it's not too much to get there. Might as well go say hello. Oh, can we go straight across? We can. Alright, so let's eat those. And let's bring old Juby out, see what he digs up. Crystal Splinter, they might like that. And let's do the tinkering box, which is Vigor Tonic. We've got plenty of stuff to trade now. Right. Oh! From afar it looked like a normal islander's settlement. However, as we stepped into its midst, we realised that the overgrowth was a sign that something strange must have taken place here. It's very pink. Despite the state of the village, it was filled by people wearing pale masks, frozen in an eternal smile. I wondered what had happened here, but the villagers did not seem concerned in the slightest. They welcomed me as a guest. I caught a glimpse of several masked villagers carrying a large cloth bundle into one of the broken houses. Ooh. So, what you got, friend? Oh! An ankylosaur shield. A very tough shield, painstakingly assembled from the bones and spikes of an ankylosaurus. What's you? Shield's good. Not worth the moolah. What are you? Egg of corruption. Where did it come from? Is it even an egg? There seems to be something alive inside it. I kind of want that. What are you? Overgrown spear. Corrupted spear thrust. Oh. That's pretty handy. I mean, what would I swap it out for, though? I mean, we need the red. That's green and blue. It would be the rope. It would be the rope. So, if I was to give you those, and even those, could I have that? Oh, I could. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I want to see what it is. We shall rest as well. We unpacked our belongings and prepared to spend the night with the islanders at their campfire. I never expected to see Sophia Severneck again, but there she was, tied to a pole at the rear of the village. Is she? I can't see. Is she there? Probably. Inquiring further, it seemed that she had slapped a child. To free her, I would have to make up for her offences. She's not part of my group anymore. I don't care. No, that's fine. I left Sophia Chevernack for the villagers to deal with. Perhaps they would let her go, perhaps not. It was no longer in my hands. I am evil today. I just don't care. If it doesn't affect my immediate surroundings, do what you want. Do what you want. I recovered in the village for nearly a week. The islanders continued to treat me kindly. 73, you know what? We've done enough here. We've done enough. We got ready and sallied forth as new adventures awaited us. The villagers quickly resumed their business as I left. There we go. And you know what? Is that just like a one-use thing? Does it mean egg of corruption to throw it? Don't know. Does it do? What does it do? We might find out in the next episode. Thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.